Hi everyone, I am Sreekanth. We are discussing programming in C language. The topic is about basics of C programming language. The today's agenda of this session is about what is Borland Turbo C, Turbo C++ introduction, Borland C++ introduction, and how to download Turbo C++ IDE, and how to install Turbo C++ IDE, and how to write a simple example program with the compilation and execution in Turbo C++ IDE. We try to discuss all these topics in this session. Borland Turbo C. Turbo C is a discontinued IDE, integrated development environment. See, what is the importance of IDE here? Instead of writing the entire source code in separate editors, and we need to set up external compilation environment and a linker environment, instead of explicitly do all these things, this IDE enables writing the source code in a single in the same IDE, allows to enter entire source code and compilation execution. It provides a complete environment for writing the code, compiling the code, and executing the code. So that is nothing but what? Integrated development environment. And compiler for the C programming language from what? Borland. First introduced in 1987. It was noted for its integrated development environment, small size, fast compile speed, comprehensive manuals, and low price. In May 1990, Borland replaced Turbo C with the Turbo C++. In 2006, Borland reintroduced the Turbo moniker. The developers is Borland. Operating system is Microsoft Windows, MS-DOS. Type is what? IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Here, the freeware release, like in 2006, Borland successors re-released Turbo C and the MS-DOS version of the Turbo C++ compilers as freeware. Okay, you can install and work about what? The freeware software, freeware release it is. Here IDE is nothing but what? Integrated development environment is a software application that provides what? Comprehensive facility to computer programmers for software development. An IDE normally consists of what? At least a source code, editor, build automation tools, and a debugger. What IDE consists generally? IDE normally consists of source code, editor, build automation tools, and a debugger. See, that is the use of our IDE, integrated development environment. Next, Turbo C++. Turbo C++ is a discontinued C++ compiler and IDE, integrated development environment. IDE is nothing but what? Software application that provides what? Like comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for what? Software development. Generally, it consists of what? Source code. We can able to write the source code like editor, source code editor, and build automation tools, and a debugger. So that is the use of what? IDE, integrated development environment. Turbo C++ IDE developers is Borland. Initial release is May 1990. Stable release is 2006. Operating system is Microsoft Windows. Type is what? IDE. License is freeware. Borland C++ IDE. See, Borland C++ is a C and C++ IDE. IDE integrated development environment for MS-DOS and Microsoft Windows. It was a successor to Turbo C++ and included a better debugger. The Turbo debugger, which was written in protected mode DOS. See, Borland C++ developers is Borland. Operating system is Microsoft Windows, MS-DOS. Type is IDE. License is like proprietary software. Here, proprietary software also known as a non-free software. Like is a computer software which the softwares publish or another person reserves some rights from license to use, modify, share modifications, or share the software. It sometimes includes what? Patent rights. Simply remember, proprietary software is also known as what? Non-free software. So in this session, we try to discuss how to download and how to install this Turbo C++ IDE, and how to write a simple program, and how to compile and execute. We try to discuss step by step. Okay. See, try to open the Chrome. Okay, any browser like Google Chrome, Mozilla, Internet Explorer. Just type here Turbo C in the search, Google search. Here you can able to see developers inside.com, right? So just click this icon, download Turbo C++ for Windows 7, 8 and 10. Okay, so once you click, so it's going to be enabled one page, how to install Turbo C++, how to use Turbo C++, the complete step involved, like system requirements like operating system, Windows 10, 8, no pre-requirements, Windows 7, Vista and XP, like .NET 4.5 frameworks required, like that. See, here simply you can click download Turbo C++ 3.2 from here. Yes, just to click download Turbo C++. So wait a moment. The application is downloading. So the application is downloading in the form of what? Zip file. So you can able to see the application is downloaded Turbo C 3.2 zip file. Click on show in folder. See, just right click, extract here. See, once file is extracted, after downloaded file is extracted, you can able to find here setup file is there. Just double click on the setup file. See, double click on setup file. It's preparing to what? Install. Turbo C++ 3.2 is going to be installing. Welcome to the install wizard of Turbo C++ 3.2. Click on next. Accept the license agreement. See, this is the license agreement of what? The Turbo C++. Click on next. See, setup type is typical, like by default is installing in what? C directory, C drive, Turbo C3 directory. The name of the directory is Turbo C3 on which drive? C drive. The name is what? Sreekanth. User information is what? Sreekanth. Okay, click on install. Yes, accept it. So installing Turbo C++ 3.2. Okay, launch the program. So click on finish. Yes, it's going to be looks like that. This is the open editing. You can start with the new project, new source file, open project, and so on, like recent projects. Simply can click start Turbo C++ here. So it's going to be open in what? DOS box. See why? Because it consists two environment, 32 and a 64-bit environment. See, 32-bit directly it going to be run, but 64 bits the DOS box is required. By default, this software consists that one. Okay, not required to create virtual environment again. DOS box. So this is about what? Our IDE. Okay, so you can able to see about index. So this is about Turbo C++ version 3.0. Like copyright is 1990-1992 by Borland International. Okay, fine. See, I want to open one new file. So try to observe the steps. Go to file menu. Click on new. So I'm going to be creating a new file. See, this is about what? New file. This is a source file. Here we are going to be writing, it is like a editor. This IDE enables what? First editor. Okay, so I'm writing a source file. First section is what? Comment section. We already discussed the structure of the C programming, right? See, there we discussed first section is what? Document section. I am going to be writing here single line command. Simply I am writing hello or hello world program. Simply I am writing what? Hello world program. See, in the comment section I wrote hello world program. Okay, see, must be save the application before writing and complete writing of the entire source code. Don't wait, first to save the application. Okay, even in the power failure cases also our document be safe. So I'm going to be saving the application. How to save the application? Observe, by default it comes with what? .cpp extension, but currently we are writing what? C applications. So we must save with what? .c extension, not .cpp. Okay, but we are writing the C programming in Turbo C++ IDE. Just only explained, right? Turbo C, next version is Turbo C++, after that Borland C++, right? So these are all the different IDEs. Yes, I try to save the application with the file name .c. You can also change the path, but at present I don't want to confuse it. I'm going to be saving my file with the drive called C drive Turbo C3 directory or folder. Subdirectory is called bin. There I am going to be saving my application with the name is called hello.c. I'm going to be saving the application, right? Hello.c or hello world.c. Your wish. Simply I'm writing what? Hello.c. Click on OK. So once you save the application, you can able to find that meaningful name, can able to appear here hello.c. Previously some unknown name dot c there, right? But I am saving the application with meaningful name called hello.c. So now start for writing the link section. Link section is nothing but what? Header files. So you can write the header file here stdio.h. So stdio.h stands for what? Standard input output header file. So in the link section, after link section, we can able to write some global declarations or macros like documentation sections, okay, like macros, global variables, function prototypes. But at present in this program, just I'm printing a message hello world, not require write all those things. Simply I'm writing here main function. See, first I start for writing what? Void main function. Okay, so I'm not passing any parameters here. Void, simply void is nothing but empty type. It does not return any value to the main function. Void does not consist anything. Void is what? Empty type. Simply you can remember void is what? Empty type. After that I'm writing here one statement, printf. Printf is a function. Printf function we discussed in the previous video session about printf function, right? Printf is a function which is used to print the data or output messages to what? To the console. Okay, the main function generally consists of two statements. One is called declaration, another called execution part. But in this program I'm not declaring any kind of variables here, just I'm going to be what? Executing this program with the output message. Within the printf function you can enclosed with the double quotes. Here you can write output message. Remember this output message is like you can write case, upper cases, lower cases, no issue. How to print this data you can write within the output message within the printf function, like with enclosed with what? A double quotes. But these wide, small, main, small keywords like printf, these are all what? Naming convention should be what? Small. Better to write what? Small. These are all what? Small cases only. Okay, here I'm writing hello world. Okay, given one message hello world. Okay, every statement in C programming language must be terminated with what? Semicolon. Remember here I wrote in the comment section hello world program with like a each word capitalized letter, right? Because this comment section cannot be executed. This document section understands the programmer what type of program it is. But after that I wrote all the small cases like hash include stdio.h, wide main function and so on, because include is the keyword. Here stdio.h is the name of the header file or library provided by C standards. Must be write small case. Okay, don't use any capital letters, don't use any spaces in between, right? std space io, don't write like that. stdio is the file name with extension what? .h. Here wide is a keyword, main is the name of the function, main function is the entry point for what? C programming language. The execution starts from what? Main function. Main should be what? Meaningful name. Okay, don't use any capital letters there. And here we can write empty type or just leave blank, but I written here wide. The set of statements are enclosed with what? Curly braces, open and closed braces. Here I wrote what? One simple function called printf is a function. The name of the printf should be what? Small case only. Here I written some output message within the quotes, your wish. You can write small case or uppercase, no issue. Okay, then after writing the code, just to save the application and start for compile. How to compile this program? You can able to find here compile menu is there. The shortcut is what? Alt plus F9. You can use keyboard pressing Alt plus F9, but at the beginning I'm showing from the menu you can click on compile option. See, in the C language you can able to observe warnings is 0, errors are 0, but lines compiled how many? 315. But how many lines I wrote in the program? See, just I wrote 1 2 3 4 5 6 lines including what? Braces. But it's showing what? How many lines is compiling? 315. See, this is a one major problem in what? C and C++ application. Why? Because even we written the set of instruction in the source code only 5 or 10 lines, but it's going to be showing, right, every time the C compiler is going to be compiling what? Built-in header files, C standard header files. All these codes are going to be compiled from what? what we are including C standard library in my program, that lines are going to be compiled. See, this is the major problem in what include keyword, including those C standard libraries in the C and C++ application. To avoid this problem, in the next level Java programming, they are replacing include keyword, they are going to be using a import keyword. Okay, fine. See, once compilation is done successfully, compiler is responsible to what? Checking syntax and semantics of the particular program. Here there is no errors, error is free. Once successfully compiled, compiler language translator converts what? That high level instructions into machine understandable instruction. After compilation, next step we need to run the application. So go to the menu called run. Simply, what is the shortcut here? Control plus F9. Just run the application, click on S. See, I'm running the application, but output unable to view. Why? Because here these ID is going to be run what? DOS, right? DOS from disk operating system. Here the ID cannot to be visible this output window, right? Then you can trace Alt plus F5 to view the output. You can press what? Alt plus F5. Hello world. So instead of every time pressing Alt plus F5, say we can use one function called get ch function. See, this function is available in what? conio.h. We need to include another header file here. conio.h represents what? Console input output header file. See, why we are including this conio.h? So I want to view the result when I am going to be running the program. Then even we are running the program, the output screen is coming like a flash, right? We cannot view. Again, we need to view explicitly pressing Alt plus F5. So instead of viewing every time like that, I'm going to be writing here get ch function. Get ch. Okay, right. So now once again I'm going to be run the application. Go to run menu. The shortcut is what? Control plus F9. So now we can able to see. So in this way we can able to run the application. Once we write the get ch, this output window we can able to see. Okay, fine. But how many times I ran here hello world, hello world, hello world, but it's going to be print only one time, right? Here I ran this program what? Nearly 3 times. That's what this hello world is going to be printing what? 3 times. Every time the screen should be what? Clear. Previous output information should be clear. Especially these functions are used in what? DOS environment. Okay, CLR SCR. See, so the CLR SCR is a function available in what? conio.h header file. It's going to be clears the screen. So now run the application. You can able to see only printing what? Hello world. So in this way we can able to write the simple program, hello world program. Okay, for writing the program, compiling and executing. So not required in the main function. This void is not required here. Okay, simply you can run the application. Clear? Yes. See, I can also do some modification here. See, instead of writing white main, some textbooks or some tutorials, they are going to be explaining with what? Int. See, by default return type, I told you what? By default return type is what? Void in C language. Okay. Simply I can write like this. Okay. So now we can run it. See, it still it going to be running because by default return type in a C language is what? Void only. But when you compile this application, you may get one warning here. See, what is that warning? Function should return a value. The function should return a value. Why? Because we are writing this program in what? C++. For that sake, it going to be raising one warning, but it is not an error. Just it is a warning. Still, you want to resolve this warning? Simply you can write here return statement. Simply you can write return. Okay, see, you can skip this warning also, but instead of writing in this manner, better to write proper return type int, and you can return the proper execution value is 0. Okay, so I'm going to be returning what? 0. See, this main function returns this 0 to operating system. Okay, operating system understood, okay, the program is terminated what? Normally. If you are using non-zero values, then operating system understood, okay, the program is terminated abnormal situation. Okay, so now you can compile the application once again. The shortcut I'm using like Alt plus F9. There is no warnings, there is no errors. But if you observe here, the number of lines compiled is going to be increased or not? 466, because I included what? Another header file called conio.h. Okay, now you can run the application. See, in this simple manner, we can able to write the simple program with the compilation and execution. See, I can also tell one more important. Suppose if you did any mistake, okay, I forget to terminate this statement with a semicolon. Okay, then I try to compile the application. Observe here, immediately we may get one error. What is the error here? Error is indicating one error. What is that error? Click on enter. Statement missing error. Remember, when it going to be shows any warnings and errors, must be read it properly. Okay, it clearly telling that error hello.c at the statement like 12, statement missing error. What is the statement missing? Semicolon. Semicolon is not given in the statement 12, it is telling. Okay, fine, just recorrect it. Say I'm going to be writing semicolon here. See, once again you can compile the application. Okay, see, I'm pressing what? Alt plus F9. There is no errors. Fine. Suppose instead of writing here main function as a small, I written main as a capital letter. Just compile it. Okay, and you can run the application. What is showing here? Compilation error is not coming, but we are getting what? Linker error, because linker, already I told this main function is a entry point for our programming language. When this linker is linking this program and try to generate what? Executable code, then linker unable to find what? Main function. It is clearly telling that undefined symbol like main. See, we need to, this linker is always looking the main function name. What? Main is what? Small. M is should be what? A small case only. But if I return M is capital, compiler won't throw any error. According to compiler, syntax is correct. But at the time of execution, linker is identifying and generating what? Runtime error, undefined symbol underscore main in modulo and so on. Okay, see, recorrect it. Always the main function should be what? The M should be what? Small case only. Okay, just getting the error. Okay, see, always we need to resolve this issue. Again, I'm opening. Okay, opening Turbo C++. Yeah. Okay, fine. Here you try to recorrect it with the name called what? Main function. Okay, so you can run the application. Happily, it's going to be runs. Fine. So next, I try to write one more statement here. I'm writing one more statement. Hello world. Thank you, Sreekanth. Thank you, Sreekanth. Okay, I'm given one more message. Thank you, Sreekanth. Observe. So once again, you can compile and run the application. But how the statements are printing? The statement are printing what? Beside hello world. Thank you, Sreekanth. So instead of printing beside, you can use what? New line. I want to print the statement in the new line. This is called backward slash n indicates what? New line. I want to print this statement in the new line. See, just observe. I try to compile and run the application. Hello world. Thank you, Sreekanth. See, this is the way we can write simple C program and compiling and executing the C program. So remember, see, if any syntax error, compiler is responsible to generate what? Syntactic errors. But if you are not written proper main function, the linker is responsible to generate what? Runtime errors. Fine. If you want to close the IDE, just press what? Alt plus X. Okay, it's going to be closing the window. Fine. So this is the way we can able to close the window. Next, I want to find this information. Go to the C drive. What is the folder here? Turbo C3, where I save the application in the bin directory. You can able to find the generated file like hello. Hello is what? C source file. Just right click and open it. So you can able to say we written the program, right? Hello world program with the header files stdio.h, conio.h, main function like clr, scr, hello world, thank you Srikanth, get cs, returns it. Like the complete source code is available. Okay, from here you can able to read it. Next, it's going to be generate another file called backup file, hello.back, right? This is called backup file is going to be generated. Next, yeah, fine. So next I want to show you something here about libraries. Okay, so several libraries are there here. So these are all the library files, inbuilt files. In the projects also it's going to be saved the source file. Hello, whatever the applications we are writing, that application is available in the projects also, right? So you can able to open. So this is the project we developed here. Okay, hello world. Fine. Next, so this is a source file, right? We wrote here about the application object file. So I told you here object file is generated. Who is going to be generating this object file? Like a language translator. The language translator is here compiler. You can able to say we cannot understand this object code, right? So we can understand somewhere here, thank you Srikanth is there, or hello world is there. Remaining entire code is going to be converted into what? Non-understandable language. Like this is about what? Machine understandable language. This object code we are not understanding. See, we understood only what? Source file. So this is about application execution file. So in this way we can able to find internally the different files after writing the code and compiling the code and executing the code. So we can also find several header files. So these are all several header files is going to be supported by what? C language. Okay, so you can also find here we used stdio.h, right? So you can able to find one header file called stdio.h. So I try to open this stdio.h. Don't modify anything here, just open and observe. So this is the stdio.h header file I told you, right? So this is the definition for what? Stream input output. See, observe, they are going to be documented with what? Multi-line commands. Currently in our program we did single line command documentation, but they are given one header file with what? Multi-line command documentation. Okay, so observe, these are all called macros. Macros are there like a definition sections. These are all definitions. As defined is the definition section. These are all called macro conditions. Okay, like type def, like several internal inbuilt some code is there. Oh, don't worry about all these code, we'll discuss in the C language step by step. You may understood at end of the C program what this code consists of. Okay, just remember here stdio.h is the built-in header file provided by what? C standard. When we are installing the Turbo C 3, that time these library files are going to be added into the particular path. Okay, several header files are there like stdio.h is there. Okay, like that. So that's it about the today's session. We had discussed in detail about what in this session? About Borland Turbo C introduction, Turbo C++ introduction, Borland C++ IDE introduction, and how to download Turbo C++ IDE, and how to install Turbo C++ IDE, and how to write simple hello world program with compilation and execution. If you are missing any kind of syntax, it may throw, compiler is responsible to throw compile time error. Okay, if you are not writing proper main functions, then linker is responsible to throw what? Runtime errors like linkage errors. Okay, see, we give an introduction about what is Borland Turbo C IDE, integrated development environment. Just only we discussed here. There only we can write the source code. It enables the editor. We can write the source code, we can compile it, and we can run the application there itself. If you are getting any kind of errors, there only we can debug it and recorrect it. Okay, the complete environment is provided by what? IDE, integrated development environment. Okay, so that's it for today's session. We had discussed in detail about what is Turbo C, Turbo C++, Borland C++, IDEs, introduction, history, and licenseware. Also we discussed in detail about what? How to write a simple program compiling and executing in Turbo C++ IDE. Hope all are understood. Okay, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you all.